Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Doctor Doom. Not Tony Stark, not an evil variant of Iron Man. Doctor Doom. And according to new leaks, Marvel has figured out how to make this work in a way that actually connects everything from Phase 4, Phase 5, and even fixes the Kang problem they created when Jonathan Majors got fired. The key is something called the Library of Worlds, a forbidden multiversal archive that gives Doom the ability to see every incursion that ever happened, and every incursion that will happen in the future. So today, I am walking you through how Doom gets access to this library, why he becomes the most dangerous threat in the multiverse, how this ties back to Kang and the TVA, and why Steve Rogers from Avengers Endgame might be responsible for destroying Doom's entire universe. The Library of Worlds, in the comics, the Library of Worlds was created by the Beyonders. Not the Beyonder, but the Beyonders, plural. These beings existed before everything else. They made the multiverse, they made reality, they made the rules. Then one day they looked at all of creation and decided life had no meaning anymore, so they just left. They abandoned the library and everything in it. The library exists outside of space and time. It is not in any universe. It is not in any dimension. It is a conduit between universes, which means if you control it, you can travel anywhere, you can access any reality. You can see everything. In the comics, Doctor Doom found the library after the Beyonders abandoned it, and he turned it into his base of operations. He brought his followers, a group called the Black Swans, and they used the library to move between universes, trying to stop incursions. But here is where the MCU version gets really interesting. According to the new leaks, the Library of Worlds in the movies was not created by the Beyonders. It was created by either He Who Remains or possibly the Beyonder, singular. And inside this library is not just maps and records, it contains blueprints of every incursion that ever happened. Every universe that collided with another universe. Every timeline that got destroyed. And it also has data on future incursions that have not happened yet. Which means if Doom gets inside, he can see the past and the future of the entire multiverse. He can see what caused every incursion, who is responsible, and which universes are going to die next. The TVA knows about the library, they have always known, but they kept it secret because if anyone got access to it, they would have catastrophic power. And guess what? Doom finds it, the Kang connection. So how does Doom even find this place? The leaks suggest that Doom learns about Kang first, not just any Kang, He Who Remains. The version of Kang who won the multiversal war and created the sacred timeline. Now we know from Loki Season 1 that He Who Remains set up the TVA to manage the timeline and prevent other versions of himself from starting another war. He pruned timelines, erased realities, and kept everything in one single flow. But here is what Marvel was originally planning before Jonathan Majors got fired. Kang altered the sacred timeline on purpose. The original timeline had the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Doctor Doom. But Kang viewed them as threats, so he erased them from the timeline. He removed entire groups of heroes and villains because they were too dangerous. That was going to be the big reveal in Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. The Avengers would learn that Kang stole their reality and replaced it with a weaker version. And in Avengers: Secret Wars, they were going to restore the original timeline so that the new MCU moving forward would have everyone in it. The X-Men, the Fantastic Four, Doom, all of them back where they belong. But now that Kang is not the main villain anymore, Marvel has shifted the story to Doom. And the way they are doing it actually makes Doom even more dangerous. Doom somehow discovers that Kang exists. Maybe he finds evidence of timeline manipulation. Maybe he sees the TVA interfering in his universe. Either way, Doom realizes that someone has been controlling reality, and he tracks that person down. He finds He Who Remains at the end of time, and he defeats him. Not just defeats him, he takes over. He takes the Citadel at the end of time, and that is where he discovers the Library of Worlds. Because if He Who Remains created the TVA and the sacred timeline, it makes sense that he also created a database of every timeline and every incursion. He would need that information to control the multiverse, and now Doom has it. This is huge because it ties Kang into the story without needing to recast Jonathan Majors. Doom just replaces him. The TVA knows about Kang, Loki knows about Kang, and now Doom has Kang's resources, Doom's discovery. The first thing Doom does when he gets access to the library is search for answers. Because according to the leaks, Doom had a family. He had a wife, he had a life, and his entire universe was destroyed in an incursion. An incursion is when two universes collide. When that happens, one or both universes get completely erased. Everyone dies, and Doom survived somehow, but his family did not. Before he found the library, Doom knew his universe was destroyed, but he did not know why. He did not know what caused the incursion. But now he has the archives. He has every record of every incursion. So he goes digging, and what he finds changes everything. The incursion that destroyed his universe was caused by Steve Rogers, Captain America. The leaks suggest that during Avengers Endgame, when the Avengers went back in time and messed with the timeline, they created branches. Some of those branches were pruned by the TVA, but some were not. And one of those branches caused a ripple effect that led to an incursion. That incursion destroyed Doom's universe. Steve Rogers did not mean to do it. He did not even know it happened. But the archives do not care about intent. They only show cause and effect. And the cause was Steve Rogers returning the Infinity Stones and living out his life with Peggy Carter. That decision created a branched timeline, and that branch eventually collided with Doom's universe. So now Doom knows exactly who is responsible for killing his wife, his family, and everyone he ever loved. And it was an Avenger. But it gets worse. Because Doom does not just find one incursion caused by the Avengers, he finds dozens, maybe hundreds. Every time they time traveled, every time they used the Infinity Stones, every time they messed with reality, they created instability. And that instability is tearing the multiverse apart. The leaks say that Doom discovers the entire multiverse is on a path to total destruction. Not in a million years. Soon. And the people responsible are the heroes. The Avengers. The sorcerers. The time travelers. They are the ones causing incursions. And they do not even realize it. Doom's mission. So what does Doom do with this information? He decides to stop them. He starts hunting down the people who caused incursions. He goes after Steve Rogers. He goes after other Avengers who messed with the timeline. He tracks down sorcerers who opened portals to other dimensions. He finds time travelers who created branches. And he kills them. Because in Doom's mind, he is saving the multiverse. Think about it from his perspective. He defeated Kang, a multiversal tyrant who is controlling all of reality. That is a villain by any definition. Then he found a database that shows him trillions of people are dying because a small group of heroes keep breaking the rules of reality. He sees the Avengers as reckless. He sees them as threats. And he sees himself as the only one willing to do what needs to be done. The leaks say that Doom truly believes he is a hero. He is not lying. He is not pretending. He genuinely thinks he is saving the multiverse by eliminating the people causing incursions. And technically, he is not wrong. If someone is causing universes to collide and killing trillions of people, stopping that person would save lives. But here is the problem. Doom is not just stopping incursions. He is also consolidating power. Because Doom does not just want to save the multiverse. He wants to rule it. That is who Doom is. He believes the only way to truly fix everything is for him to be in control. No TVA, no Avengers, no heroes making mistakes. Just Doom with absolute authority over all realities. And the way he plans to do that is by creating Battleworld. In the comics, Battleworld is a patchwork planet made from pieces of destroyed universes. Doom ruled it as a god, and it looks like the MCU is going in the same direction. The leaks suggest that Doom will eventually decide the multiverse cannot be saved. There are too many incursions, too much damage. So instead of saving everything, he is going to save one thing. He is going to take fragments of dying universes and stitch them together into Battleworld. And he is going to rule it. Forever. Loki and the Resistance. Obviously, the Avengers are not just going to let Doom murder people across the multiverse. But here is the twist. They do not know what Doom knows. They do not have access to the library. They do not see the data. All they see is a guy in a metal mask killing heroes and tearing through universes. So from their perspective, Doom is a villain. Plain and simple. And the person who is going to rally the resistance against Doom is Loki. At the end of Loki Season 2, Loki took control of the multiverse. He is literally holding the timelines together, sitting at the center of everything, keeping the branches from collapsing. He can see across the multiverse. He can watch different realities. But here is the thing. The Library of Worlds exists outside of space and time. It exists in a place even Loki cannot see. So when Doom starts killing people, Loki notices. He sees heroes disappearing. He sees universes destabilizing, but he does not know where Doom is or how he is doing it. So Loki does what he does best. He recruits. The leaks say that Loki and the TVA are going to assemble a multiversal team. We are talking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Deadpool, Wolverine, X-23, Gambit, possibly Ghost Rider. Anyone who survived their universe getting erased, or anyone who exists outside their original timeline. These are people the TVA can pull from different realities without destabilizing anything. And Loki is going to use them to fight Doom. But Loki is not going to stop there. he is also going to recruit the Avengers from the main MCU timeline. The problem is, the moment he does that, Doom is going to see it. Because the Avengers exist inside the multiverse. They are not outside space and time like the TVA. So the second Loki brings them into the fight, Doom is going to track them through the library. And that is when the Avengers become targets. Doom is going to see that Earth 616, the main MCU timeline, is now opposing him, and he is going to view them as a threat just like everyone else. This is where the moral ambiguity comes in. Because Doom is not wrong about the incursions, he is not wrong that the Avengers cause damage, but his solution is to kill people and take over the multiverse. The Avengers think they are stopping a tyrant. Doom thinks he is stopping terrorists. And both sides believe they are saving reality, the final conflict. So where does this all go? The leaks suggest that Avengers Doomsday is going to end with Doom winning. Not completely, but enough that he establishes Battleworld. He is going to take fragments of dying universes and merge them into one planet, and he is going to rule it as a god. This is straight from the comics. In Secret Wars 2015, Battleworld was made of pieces from different realities. You had Manhattan next to a medieval kingdom, next to a dystopian wasteland, all stitched together by Doom's power, and Doom ruled everything. He was literally called God Emperor Doom. The MCU is clearly setting up the same thing. And this is where the story gets really interesting. Because if Doom creates Battleworld, that means the multiverse is gone. Every universe that was not absorbed into Battleworld is destroyed. The Sacred Timeline, the Fox X-Men universe, the Raimi Spider-Man universe, all of it collapsed. And the only thing left is Battleworld, which means the heroes who survive are going to be stuck there. They are going to have to live under Doom's rule until they figure out how to stop him. And that is what Avengers Secret Wars is going to be about. The heroes trying to overthrow God Emperor Doom and restore the multiverse. But here is the kicker. What if Doom is right? What if the only way to stop the incursions was to destroy the multiverse and create Battleworld? What if the heroes are fighting to restore a system that was already broken? The leaks suggest that Doctor Strange is going to join Doom, not because Strange is evil, but because Doom shows him the library. Doom shows him the data. He shows him proof that the multiverse was dying and Battleworld was the only solution. And Strange, being a pragmatist, agrees. This is why I think this story is going to be incredible. Because it is not just good versus evil. It is two groups with different ideas of how to save reality. Doom thinks control is the answer. The Avengers think freedom is the answer. And both are willing to go to war over it. The Library of Worlds is the key to all of it. It is the reason Doom knows what he knows. It is the reason he has so much power. And it is the reason the TVA kept it hidden. Because whoever controls the library controls the story of the multiverse, and right now that person is Victor Von Doom.